Yeah. Welcome to Will's Happy Fun Time. I'll be your host, John. I've been asked several questions lately via the interweb, and I plan on answering them now. So stick around. I could throw in random facts about things, and you could learn something, like about evaporative emissions on cars. I'm not going to talk about evaporative emissions on cars. I'm eating because I multitask. Sometimes my headband is orange. It's awesome. Keeps the sweat out of my eyes. It's kind of gross. So I've been asked a question. How many nanoseconds does it take for a cockroach to screw in a light bulb? Well, I have to say, since I am George Takei, that it takes approximately 7. Because as we all know, cockroaches have many fingers, except they don't. And, as such, thanks to the laws of physics, we know that cockroaches cannot screw light bulbs in, but rather use their psychic powers. So, questions that have been asked of me recently, probably today I imagine, are as follows. I'll answer them in sequence. I'll answer them in sequence. So the question of the day is butterbeer or pumpkin juice. I would hold up examples of each, except I'm not actually at Universal right now. I'm in my apartment, in my pajamas. That's something of a no-brainer. Butterbeer is infinitely better. I'm sure many people will agree with me. It comes in 2 different types. I'm going to sound like an ad for Universal. It comes in 2 different types. Frozen or not frozen. It tastes good regardless. Comes with a little cream. It's not alcoholic. It's very sweet. It's kind of like Nestea iced tea with sugar, caramel, butterscotch. Excellent stuff. Pumpkin juice. I mean, pumpkins don't really do it for me to begin with. A bad experience with pumpkin. I sat down. Yeah. So, save the cheerleader or saving throw? I'm gonna think about that. I don't predetermine my answers before I make this video. I kind of give answers as I go. That's why there's a lot of cuts between me speaking, because I'm just going with it. I'm sending you along, and I'm editing out all the times I curse. I curse a lot, obviously. Save the cheerleader or saving throw? I'm gonna have to go with saving throw. Is the cheerleader available, and does the cheerleader have similar interests to me? Because if she does, and assuming it's a she, then I might actually opt to save the cheerleader. Saving throw? Well, what am I saving myself from? Is it a surprise bee sting? Because I'm pretty sure that whether or not I make that throw, saving the cheerleader is more important. However, if I'm making a saving throw to not hit somebody while driving, yeah, I think I might go with saving throw. Saving throw seems more relevant to me, if only because I'm saving myself for something, or at least have the potential to save myself from something, unless I roll an extra 1, and then I'm crushed by a herd of rampaging babies. I'm going to go with saving throw because I don't want to be under the mirror when it falls 5,000 stories from the alien spacecraft. The next question is cake or death. I'm gonna have to go with death. No, cake! I think that cake would be more pleasurable than death. Unless it's like death by toothpicks. Death by ball pit. Death by ice cubes. Death by dragon. Death by death-defying leap across the Grand Canyon on a razor scooter. Death by microwave. Death by post-it note. Death by centrifuge. Death by noodles. Yeah, I think those are all pretty horrible. I guess the good ones would be like death by snoo-snoo, death by peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or death by cake. So, in theory, there's a potential for me to have my cake and die too? No. Next question is Bob Dylan or pointy stick in the eye? I really wish that I had a really specific book that Raven Smith might be able to help me out with, or at least recognize a certain book by an author that inspired me as a writer, because he proved to me that anyone can write a book and have it sell. Because his use of the English language was so out of bounds that it blew my mind. If I were to read one of his sentences, I would probably end up wasting the rest of this video because it would take me so long to finish. That was a completely irrelevant tangent, and yet it was relevant to me in my mind. Question is, Bob Dylan or pointy stick in the eye? I'm definitely going with pointy stick in the eye. There are times where a Bob Dylan song is a good idea. And I know that there are many people who have devoted their lives to him because of all those songs that he's written. That Rolling Stones song, or that All Along the Watchtower song, which Jimi Hendrix did awesome with. Or, those other songs that he wrote that were really good, I'm sure, in the eyes of many. I don't agree. I kind of find his voice irritating. If Jesus became reincarnated into the form of Bob Dylan, I would actually be kind of disappointed. Yeah, I would probably be very unhappy having to listen to Bob Dylan's music. On the other hand, getting a pointy stick in the eye is more temporary, because nobody's going to be, like, 20 years from now saying, "Oh my god, you've got to try pointy stick in the eye, it was the greatest thing ever." Meanwhile, they got, like, an eye patch, or maybe 2 eye patches, or maybe like, "Oh my god, you've got to try pointy stick in the eye. Like, right now, it was the greatest thing ever." I don't see that happening. Whereas, with Bob Dylan, I have to sort of suffer for the rest of my life, or as long as I can hear for, which will probably be for the rest. I don't plan on losing my hearing anytime soon. I should, yeah. So those are the questions. I've been asked. I think I'm going to, actually eat dinner. I should have been eating while I was talking. But those are the questions that I've been asked, and those are the answers that I've given. If you feel any way insulted, like you're a fan of Jesus or a fan of Bob Dylan, please let me know. I can be reached at the following address. And any other feedback can be sent there as well, why not? Thanks for watching. And I hope to get more questions, so I can eat and answer them at the same time. Even though I'm only really eating at the end of this video, which is okay. Because that's just the rules that I've made up. Commander, tear this ship apart until you've found those plans, and bring me the passengers, I want them alive! As my dad always says, when the noodles are gone, it's time to move on. Not really. I don't want to waste my film, even though I'm doing this with a digital camera. That was stupid, I don't... That was stupid. Yeah. So that's the end of the video. And, this is me eating noodles and signing off.